All glories, all glories, all glories to you. Oh, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Please come into my heart and into the heart of my listeners to understand the importance of this message of your servant. Oh, my dear A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. I beg you to please come into my heart and come into the hearts of my listeners to understand the gravity and the importance of what I am now going to narrate. The following is an offering of prayers glorifying special characteristics of Srila 108 Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, presented on the commemoration of his appearance at the Radha Damodar Temple, Vrindavan, India, in 1961 by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Very important instructions. Lord Krishna Panchami by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. First Vasistya. On this day, O Master, I made a cry of grief. I was not able to tolerate the absence of my Guru. On this auspicious day, I have come with this offering just to worship you, remembering your lotus feet. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's judgment is that renunciation is most important. Not only that, but such knowledge of renunciation must be delivered to every conditioned being. The beginner in devotional service has no ability to solve this dilemma, but you are a Mahabhagavat. You have given us direction. One bewildered by ignorance, what kind of renunciate can he be? He will only be a Falgu Vairagi, renouncing externally. Renunciation is actually the result of real spiritual emotion. Without such feeling, it is simply known as show bottle. But there is another show bottle for the purpose of preaching. That is the Lord Sannyas, by which the Mayavadis are defeated. Lord Chaitanya's philosophy is beyond Varnashram. It is the Bhagavat Dharma for putting an end to all cheating processes of religion. Performing dry renunciation, there could be no real preaching. Therefore, Yukta Vairagya is given as the highest essential understanding. That sannyas which I have given you is for preaching and devotion. The faithless sense enjoyers are unable to understand this. Second Vasistya. Generally, the sannyasis renounce everything and go and stay in the mountain caves. But you, O Master, keep your sannyasis in mansions of marble. To see a sense enjoyer is just like drinking poison. But you, O my Master, go far and near, even abroad, to give them your darshan. Mlechas and yavanas are forbidden to enter the Hindu temples, but you, my Lord, make them chairmen and sit them in the assembly of devotees. Hindus are not allowed to cross the ocean, but you send your devotees overseas to preach. In the cities of Kali Yuga, the instructions of the bona fide spiritual preceptors are forbidden. Still, you remain there in any way possible. The devotees want to hide in a secluded place to perform their bhajan. You, however, do not accept this in your judgment. Whenever there is an increase in population, there, in that place, preaching work is to be found. In London, you want a student hostel. You explain that it must be very first class. In the land of barbarians, a student hostel for preaching Hari Katha. Who can understand the significance of these things? Excuse me. To resolve all the apparently contradictory statements is not the play of some incompetent fool. Third Vasistya. If everyone simply sit down together and considered these things, what nice preaching there could be. What is your order also? That everyone coming together should merge in your message and preach it to the world. If everyone just initiates, then there will only be a contradictory result. As long as it goes on, there will be only failure. Now even, my godbrothers, you return here to the order of our Master, and together we engage in his puja. But simply a festival of flowers and fruits does not constitute worship. The one who serves the message of the Guru really worships him. The service of the message is the real meaning of the Vedas. Don't be proud. Brothers, come back to this. Kalidas Nag, a learned man who was defeated by Srila Saraswati Thakur and later became his disciple, that master said in public forum one day that Kali's mission was to kill the entire world, while the essential meaning of Lord Chaitanya's message was kept locked up in a cage. Oh, shame. My dear brothers, aren't you embarrassed? In the matter of businessmen, you increase your disciples. Our master said to preach. Let the neophytes stay in the temples and ring the bells. Fourth Vasistya. All these things are not our spiritual master's preaching methods. These are all the things done by caste Goswamis. But just take a look at the terrible situation that has arisen. Everyone has become a sense enjoyer and has given up preaching. In the temples, they have also begun to lock the doors. Preach this Bhagavad Dharma. Don't hesitate. Within this world, there is another world whose sound is the unequaled, penetrating force. The preaching that the mullah Muslim priest only goes as far as the mosque and no further should be put to an end. Today, from the seas, across the earth, penetrate the universal shell, come together and preach this Krishna consciousness. Then our Master's service will be in proper order. Make your promise today. Give up all your politics and diplomacy. Everyone, come together on this very day and make your valued comment. The 5 of you get together and decide what should be done. You have become renouncers, brothers. So renounce everything. But if you also renounce the order of the spiritual master, then what kind of renunciation is that? The one who renounces the Guru's order, Guru Tyagi, and the one who tries to enjoy the assets of his spiritual master, Guru Poki, are 2 kinds of useless persons. First become a servant of your spiritual master, Guru Sevi, and then you will understand things clearly. Fifth Vasistya. If there is only one Supreme Lord, then a true sadhu, if his faith increases, he gives up the desire for profit, distinction, and adoration in the material world. Your gold brother is the father of sense gratification. This meaningful statement was spoken by Srila Prabhupada himself. Give up your wealth for preaching. Sit down together and make some special judgment. The Supreme Lord himself says that everything is mine. Don't protest. Just unite and preach. Srila Prabhupada gave this final message himself. Take great care to follow that completely in all respects. Otherwise, your sannyas will be wasted and useless. O saintly ones, be careful. Afterwards, you will regret. So what is the difficulty for all of us to come together in this way? And why do all these things even have to be said to you? Give up your stubbornness. There is no time. Come, all my brothers, on this day. Come, all my brothers, on this auspicious holy occasion. When will that day come when there will be a temple established in every house, in every corner of the world, when the big court judge will be a Gaudiya Vaishnav with tiglak beautifully decorating his forehead? 6th Vasishtha. A Vaishnav winning votes will be elected president of a land, and preaching will spread everywhere. The demons simply plunder the Lord's wealth. The hapless populace cry, "Hai, hai," in distress. The demons want so many plans just to cheat the people. To see wheat flour at 32 rupees a mound. Will opening a factory fill a hungry man's belly? Being oppressed by starvation, they will eat grass and mango pits. Wearing a 2-paisa string, a man is called a Brahmin. Wearing a saffron cloth, he has become a sannyasi. The householders beg from the sannyasis. And why not? The sannyasis have tens of millions of rupees in the bank. As the days pass, the influence of Kali Yuga increases, and the poor are crying in distress. 10,000 cows are killed daily, and the nation's expert leaders are all eating untouchable foodstuffs. People of muddy intelligence increase day by day. A man and his wife separate in a mere word. Everyone has become a witch by the influence of this age. Everyone is unhappy due to the absence of the mercy of the Vaishnavas. 7th Vasishtha. The Vaishnavas are famous as Paradukhi Tukhi. This fame will increase as the preaching increases. If eternally pure devotional service to Krishna is awakened in everyone, then Kali will flee, screaming of his own accord. Parinam upakaraya. Do work for the benefit of all living beings. This is Mahaprabhu's teachings. This is the storehouse of happiness in this life and the next. So much work has fallen into your hands, so gather together and do it. Vasudev Dutt said to the Lord, paying his obeisances, "Save all the living beings in the material world. Give all their sins and suffering to me, who am the lowest of all. In this way, all the suffering and miseries of the fallen soul will end." He was the best of Vaishnavas, Paradukhi Dukhi. He knows that there is not real happiness in gratifying the senses. And what kind of mercy can the non-Vaishnav give? They simply make offenses by their Daridra Narayan philosophy. The mercy of the Vaishnavas is scientific and authorized. Without their mercy, this world is simply insurmountable Maya. If there is a kingdom of Vishnu and Vaishnavas on the surface of the earth, then the world will be happy. So say all the great sages and rishis. 8th Vasishtha. Why is everyone crying for Ram Raja? The only way it can be had is if there is a Vishnu-centered kingdom. Lord Krishna enthroned King Yudhishthira. Then the whole world was rich and fortunate due to the qualities of a Vaishnava. The streams, rivers, trees and fields and mountains, all full of fruits and flowers. The milk-laden cows were floating in abundant milk. Excuse me. All immerse in bliss, sing the glories of Hari. The hearts of the Vaishnavas dance in ecstasy to see this. The entire world is filled with the use of material objects without a trace of devotion to the Lord. Still they are searching after peace. Preach Krishna consciousness. Fulfill their desires. Today, my brothers, get to this task. Save the battered souls by your preaching. Srila Prabhupada, please be merciful today. This time, have compassion. You are not a conditioned soul of this material world. Whatever independence we have, let it be cast to the waters. The lowly up high offers this presentation today. Vrindavan Radha Damodar. So this Anubhavananda Das feels empowered just by reading these words. Please, this message is meant for us today. If you were at all awake and aware, you understand this message is for us today. This is the heart of Srila Prabhupada. Preach, distribute my books. That was his most important message. And as I already mentioned, as I mentioned in my last reading, we are the limbs of Prabhupada. Prabhupada said we are his limbs. How can a body function without its limbs? The body of ISKCON, the real body of ISKCON, is disciples cooperating together for Srila Prabhupada. ISKCON is Srila Prabhupada's. It does not belong to the GBC. It belongs to Prabhupada. It was Prabhupada's desire to have this society. What for? For us to live together and cooperate together, because he knew that apart we would simply fall. He knew we had to cooperate together. If we really care for each other, we will cooperate together. Not just say, you have to do this. That is not how it is done. We must get the higher taste. And where is the higher taste? It is in Harinam Sankirtan, going out and singing loudly the holy names with book distributors around us, distributing books. That is the way to best way to distribute books. In the Harinam party, just dancing up to people like they did, like Lord Chaitanya's party did. People were crying in ecstasy, just seeing the ecstasy of these associates of Lord Chaitanya. But don't think that we cannot do this. Prabhupada said we could become Krishna conscious in a moment, or it could take millions of lifetimes. And how do we do this? It should be clear simply by hearing these verses, by going out to preach. We can do it by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, by the mercy of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, by the mercy of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by the mercy of Lord Nityananda. They want us to do this. They want this. This is what they want. You think they will not bless us to be empowered to do it? You think they will not do this when this is all they want? Gaur Nitai came here to save all the fallen souls without any discrimination, not discriminating, oh, he's too sinful and he is not. Even those who tried to kill Lord Nityananda wanted them saved. And they became great devotees by the mercy of Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya. And these were most sinful rascals. Their sins were just the greatest sins. And still, even though one of them threw a bottle at Lord Nityananda's head, still Lord Nityananda told Lord Chaitanya, no, don't do this. Don't send your Siddhasan Chakra after them. Everyone are Jagais and Madais. We must forgive them. We must forgive them. We must preach. We must preach. We must preach. We must be fired up. We must be fired up. We must be fired up. And this all will happen by us coming together, because there's nothing that would please Prabhupada more than us coming together, so his limbs can work, so he can do his work through us. So he can do his work through us. Did you get that? He can do his work through us. If we cooperate like the limbs of his body, then he can do his work through us. Prabhupada will work through us. Lord Chaitanya will work through us. Krishna will work through us if we come together. Come together and give your argument. Defeat me on this. We must come together. That is what it's all about. That is what will. It is possible. This is what Prabhupada is saying. It is possible that this President of the United States can become a Vaishnav. The judge can become a disciple. There can become Krishna conscious. All the houses can become temples. This is possible. This is what Srila Prabhupada is saying. If we go out and preach and come together, this is possible. These are the possibilities. Prabhupada even said himself that if I just had a few disciples, they would simply take over the government. He said that. But we all can become sincere. It is possible for us all. We can become Krishna conscious. What is the use of thinking we can't become Krishna conscious? What is the use of doubting ourselves? Doubting. Krishna says doubts are the biggest demons. We cannot doubt ourselves. We must believe in ourselves, that we are spirit soul, that we are full of bliss and knowledge. And there's nothing more that our Lord wants is to make us Krishna conscious. So we simply need to try and be detached from the results. Just keep on trying. That kind of determination. The determination of the sparrow. We just keep on trying. Being detached from the results. All the results are in Krishna's hands. I am feeling this. These words are coming to me right now from Srila Prabhupada and Krishna. This is possible for all of us. It is not possible. It is possible for all of us. We all can become perfect instruments in the hands of Prabhupada by doing. The most important thing is that we do is come together. That's why Prabhupada created ISKCON. That's so we would be working together, and so we wouldn't be falling down by working together. If we care for each other, we want to come together, not just say you've got to do this and then expect that it will be done. We must get the higher taste. We must get the higher taste. And where is the higher taste? It is in following in the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda and coming together to sing loudly. Don't say I'm too old. That is also nonsense. Prabhupada came here. He said his spiritual master convinced him through dreams. Well, my spiritual master is convincing, I'm hoping convincing you right now through this Anubhavananda Das. I hope he's convincing you that we must go out. we can become empowered. We can become full of bliss. We can forget our bodies. We can forget these bodies and not even think we are this body. We're not, because we're not this body. We are spirit, soul, full of bliss and knowledge. Now this is most important. This is not an exaggeration. We must do this. We must come together. We must forget all our differences. Get off this bodily concept of life. I experienced it myself, like I said. It was happening when Prabhupada was here. And then when he disappeared, everything went to hell. But the fact of the matter is, this is actually a scriptural understanding. When the spiritual master disappears, everything goes to hell. And the only persons that can save this situation are fired up devotees. When we become fired up, we can defeat everyone. We can defeat those that have become overcome by the desire for adoration and distinction and followers and worshippers and sense gratification. We could defeat this. Everything can become easy, in fact, to defeat these persons by simply trying to just surrender to Krishna's desire, Lord Chaitanya's desire to deliver all these fallen souls. That is the heart of our Lord's, to deliver everyone without discrimination. And if we are truly their followers, if we are truly chanting Hare Krishna and not making offenses, this is our mood. We must go out and save everyone without discrimination. And this is possible. This is possible. That is why Prabhupada preached these things, because it is possible. We can do it, but we are not the doers. It won't be us doing it. It'll be the Lord doing it through us. By not being attached to the results and just being determined to do it. We will do it. By surrendering to the process of bhakti yoga, which is being detached from the results and just surrendering to preaching. That is the essence of Vedic instruction. To preach. Preach. You are not this body. If we are fired up, our ecstasy will defeat them. The ecstasy will defeat them. The ecstasy we are in, because we are pleasing our spiritual master by carrying out his instructions and cooperating together. Prabhupada said, if you love me, you will cooperate together. And I am also saying, if we love each other, we will cooperate together also. I am finished for now. I welcome your comments. Hare Krishna.